This question is from Sandra Shepard. How often do you think grant writers turn down a writing opportunity because it's imprudent for an organization to go after yet another grant without first balancing their funding sources? I've worked at agencies that believe the grant will always come, so they refuse to diversify funding activities. I would say from the perspective of grant management at CCNY, we often were working with the organizations that apply and receive the funding. So I'm not on the front end of that, but I would say the grants that the organizations that receive the grants that we've worked with, they often have a very supportive administration who supports them in going after all grants. So often the people we work with have the opportunity because of their directors to go after as many grants as they can, which is important because you want to get your word out there, practice writing grants, and have opportunity for lots of funding as long as you have the capacity. This question is from Jessica Tuft. I'm also curious about Andrea's take on organizations altering the services they provide, even if it's slightly, for the sake of being able to get more grant money. Does she find that this is an infrequent or more frequent situation? I've found that for the most part, organizations that are submitting and are moved forward to receive funds, their main proposal is based on their foundation. So what they're applying for, in some way they have a foundation of those services that they do offer. We have had a handful that are not and are just sort of altering services to go for the funds, but when you do site visits and you have phone calls prior to awarding the funds, you really weed those organizations out. And so it happens, but it's not that frequent.
And as a follow-up to that, what would you recommend to organizations who are considering altering those services to go in that direction?
I would say that that's not the best choice. You should really go for grants that fit your organization's goal and the services that you provide.
Excellent.
From Nora Murphy, her question is, where and how do you locate the grants CCNY applies to? Is there a specific website? So CCNY, our role is really managing the grants from the foundations, but I would recommend an organization looking for grant funding should certainly check out the websites, First Niagara Health Foundation, Tower Foundation, and the Wilson Foundation. Those are locally some foundations that do offer grants.